They go play action here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Took the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'd open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Calling about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Brian Poole. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Last week, somehow they won. He threw all those picks, but they still won. Here, opening drive, unfortunately, he picked up where he left off.
Partner, you get a lot of extra patience when you find a way to win despite you making mistakes. But starting out again this game, that patience got wear thin really quick. And I think the guys on the defensive side of the ball were the first ones to let him know that's got to stop.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. And we see the emphasis earlier. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guys. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it. And boy, the reward was there. A big blitz.
Down he goes.
Really talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal? That's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Well, that hollow metal sound is the bane of any kicker's existence, and here, that sound is going to keep our game scoreless.
And you could see him give that body English as the ball was in the air. Come on, baby, come on. But no dice that time.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He was trying to get it to Jay Ajayi there out of the backfield. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Good game catch the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Now, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. Oh, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And that one good for 16 yards and a first. Took him 5 tries, but he is able to complete that first pass of the game.
And could you hear the exhale all the way up here? Not just from him, coaching staff, offensive line, receivers. Now he's off the snap. Can they get him going in a nice groove where he becomes a little more consistent for him in football?
Because you miss those first 2, but you get up the 0 for 4 range. That can be a little tricky, but able to settle in, hopefully.
Yeah, now you won't have any confidence issues. Now you can kind of get it back even with just one throw.
On second down, here's Wentz. It's complete to Golden Tate. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. First catch so far for Tate, and he's got a first down. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Now a play fake here on first down. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it, and he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Delta. Delta.
Bridgewater down from the 50. Now he's going to throw it back deep. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way down to the 9. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 41 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Bridgewater to throw it. That's caught right side by Anderson. No gain there on the completion. It'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. In for the score. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead. This crew, they were on a roll going into the bye week that they just had, Charles, so sort of picking up where they left off.
And you and I both know that when you come back off of an open week and you've been winning games, you should get a few extra days off in order to recharge and refuel. But coaches often hedge their bets, too. They'll bring them back and work them really hard that first practice back to make sure that they're back and grounded.
Whatever they did, formula looking good so far in this one. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? That's the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Hang in there now.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
Bridgewater now on second down. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. From the gun, Bridgewater. He's going to fire one deep, middle, into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Hey, 82, 82.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it's a 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Now Wentz throwing middle, and it's complete. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. They'll come up on a 3rd and 4 here to start things out. Now Wentz on the bootleg. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Darren Lee in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Second down, Bridgewater. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Hey, 4 down. Lady. Check. Lucky.
They'll try to run for it with Yeldon. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Well, the fake punt gets only a yard, but that's enough to pick up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have someone who comes through. Back, a fullback, someone who's used to having the ball in their hands, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. Nigel Bradham, the linebacker, right there on the coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
They go back to the ground now with Yeldon. And an alley to run. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before. It's all said and done. From the red zone now, Bridgewater. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Delta.
Here's Bridgewater. Called in by Anderson, left side. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a third down. To throw is Bridgewater. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Brandon Graham in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. And Myers able to knock it through, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now Wentz. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
To throw, it's Wentz. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
So dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They go play action. Bridgewater. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Robbie Anderson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his 2nd extra point here in the first half. Here's Myers now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And out now come the Eagles. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Remain here in the first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. This is Ajayi. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
That's taken on the 25. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Go Delta. Watch the run.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Forced out to his left. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Go Delta.
Now Bridgewater. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is caught one-handed.
Hey, this nigga nice as shit, dog.
That sets up a 1st and goal.
This nigga nice as shit. Can I record this?
Get a chance to talk it up. Well,
Here's 1st and goal. Points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. They come out wide. He's in. Touchdown, Jets. Robbie Anderson with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Here's Myers now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the 1st half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Flush to his right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back. In pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. The Eagles send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. Taking about the 16. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. And they're going to the ground attack here. And they'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Jets on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
on play action.
It's Bridgewater. He can run for it, and he will. He's got a 1st down and inside the midfield. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter.
Bridgewater.
Being chased out left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the home team, the Jets, leading this one. As we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. This field a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And the Jets set to take the field. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on here's what they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down at 6.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And he said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be fourth down. Now it's Tate. And all deep in his own territory, he picks up the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And this Jets offense continues to pour it on. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will extend this big lead. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
14, 82, 14.
Wentz with the ball. He's taken down. Kevin Pierre-Louis coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he caught it up, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And avoids the contact by sliding. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
First down, Bridgewater. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Anderson. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson, his third touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Jets. Here's Myers now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Turning it over. The other team takes it down and scores. that can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
On 3rd and long, it's Wins. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Bridgewater on 1st down. He's going to let it go deep for the... And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Rodney McLeod. And he'll go inside the 13 at his own 13-yard line.
I tell you, you don't have press conferences when you sign guys like this. He's been a real difference maker so far. That's now 2 interceptions for him in the game. And when you're getting contributions up and down your 53-man roster.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Terrence Brooks with a pick. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Shakes off the side. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Jordan Jenkins in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. From the gun, it's Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done. And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer. And put your defense.
He did you what?
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be taken down at the 18. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And they'll run him here. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Delta.
And on the ground they go with the running back. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
Delta.
And they'll go with the ground attack. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. 27 yards on the game there. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now a play fake here on first down. And this is taken in at the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Bridgewater to throw it. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Robbie Anderson from 3 yards out. And this Jet offense starting to run away with this one. Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Here's Myers now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his...
Jay's gonna go. He's at the 30, the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jay, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Elliott good with a PAT. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Elliott now to kick this one away.
Fuck is in here? Who the fuck in here? This nigga talking about.
They will not get
This
a
nigga
chance
talking
to
about
return
my
this
game.
one
I'm
as
blowing
it's
this
through the
nigga
end
fuck
zone
out.
for a touchback. Now
Like,
the
did you
Jet
know what I
offense
do,
about to
Ruby?
take over as they head out
Poppin',
onto
nigga.
the field. And this game comfortably
Like, did
in
you know what I
hands.
do,
It speaks
Ruby,
for
nigga?
itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there.
I'm giving
When
out
do you go to
spankings
the
all this
backup?
year.
Let
You
him get
niggas
some time.
51 to
And
7.
that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because...
51 to 7. I don't think none of y'all niggas gonna be able to beat me. I mean, motherfucking last year, my problem was fucking Sam Donald fumble. But now I got motherfucking, what's his name? Teddy Bridgewater's, Teddy Bridge Skipples, whatever the fuck you want to call him, nigga. This nigga the truth. Look at this shit. I can beat him. Oh shit, I'm gonna get up there. I'm talking too much shit about to start losing. Oh shit, somebody got hurt. But look, I don't think Dolphins, I'm gonna fuck you up next week, bro. That shit gonna be bad for you. I'm gonna cook your ass like a piece of salmon. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I'm running the score up on this nigga right now. I ain't gonna lie. I'm being a bitch ass nigga. And fuck him. Ooh, oh shit! Oh shit! Yo, oh shit, that shit was just crazy. Yo, yo, this nigga Teddy Bridgewater is the fucking GOAT, dog. Yo, you gotta watch my stream. I put the stream up. Yo, I'm gonna share that shit in the group. Yo, dog, nigga.
Score that
Nigga, y'all should have just seen that shit I just did to this nigga. Yo, I just fucked him up, yo. I did him bad. Nigga, bro, my nigga Teddy Bird wanted to see break 2 tackles. Yeah, oh man, he just did him bad. Oh man. Yo, I just did him bad, bro. Bro, I just clipped it, bro. I clipped it. I'm gonna share it right after the game. I got 2 crazy. I got 1 crazy catch for Roby. I did, and then I just got some crazy ass shit I just did with Uncle Teddy, bro. I'm sharing both of them. This shit almost over, though.
And he'll make it across the 20.
Yeah, bro, I be hyped when I be winning, bro. I be mad as shit when I be losing. I'm playing on the Eagles. Whoever the Eagles is, I'm playing him cooking this nigga. It's 58-7.
And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating.
You know, y'all, I will always let y'all get y'all lucky ass run touchdowns. I start blitzing at the end of the game, so they always let y'all get little run touchdowns. That's how the Bengals got a touchdown. I don't be carrying them. I start blitzing every play, just trying to get a turnover. But I don't be letting y'all niggas storm me. Even the game said I'm the #1 defense in the league. These niggas will do that shit. Come here.
And we'll see how determined they are. And they'll bring him down at the 20.
Niggas know I'm the #1 defense in the league. Oh, I can't wait to play the Dolphins. That nigga beat me twice last year. I can't wait to play him. I'm gonna deep fry that nigga. I'm gonna put him in a motherfucking full Nelson and I'll play him. Get another interception. Get that.
And he connects with Ertz. And they're able to get this one across the 35. An Eagle first down there. Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ. Wentz now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now it's a Giant. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. He's going to jump that off to his running back, Cohen. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. Working from the gun. Aguilar has it. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Jets have recovered.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Bridgewater now after the fumble recovery. And this is incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball.
And now the ball's
Game.
near midfield. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
To throw is Wentz. His throw incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Well, that one was over before it could get rolling. How about the D just knifing into the backfield and shutting that one down?
Play action. Now Wentz. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. This is taken at the 18. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And New York set to take the field. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
Second down, Bridgewater. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Fletcher Cox. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Third and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. Third and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Bridgewater now. And he's going to go down again. Brandon Graham in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, and now he pulls him over. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. It's in the fourth quarter down in Miami. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And if they could hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now Wentz. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill out the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They run with a jolly. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Going on first is Wentz. Hurts has it left side. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of running.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. The first throw for the backup Foles. And the pressure gets to him again.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
They'll try and pick it up with Cohen. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Bridgewater here to throw. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Jets as we say so long from MetLife Stadium.